I want to talk about drugs because I have questions about it. I have questions. Um, well, it's basically, are they good or bad for you? Now, of course, nothing is in the end good or bad for you because you are infinite and it doesn't really matter. Well, drugs are created for us to have fun. That's what they do. It's all they do. And this body doesn't matter anyway, so if that's how you choose to have fun, then that's how you choose to have fun. I don't want to talk about whether or not it's good for your body, because, well, it's probably not, but who cares, right? Um, what I'm wondering about is its purpose other than entertaining us. Because, well, I don't like that many different drugs. I'm only about weed. I've tried others. I never really liked them. I haven't tried any LCD, things like that, but it's not important. What is important is it opening or limiting us? Because it seems to do both. It seems to open up our minds to new and completely different possibilities about everything, but it also puts a block on things. It's hard to explain because it feels like sometimes you just reach a literal wall and you just can't get past, and you know what's behind the wall because you were just thinking about it, and suddenly a wall comes up and you can't remember it anymore, and you know it's there but you just can't remember it. And what if that's what drugs are supposed to do? What if the reason they open you up is because we are just so incredibly closed? But in reality, it's simply so that we can enjoy reality a little more with a little less control over things, with blocks in our memory and blocks in our thought processes to make everything more interesting. And I'm really wondering if in the end it's good or bad for your awakening, I guess, for your realization that you are something more. Is it? I always felt like it was helping me simply because I was so closed. I was so closed before I ever tried smoking. But at what point does it not help anymore? And how am I going to be able to keep this body alive if I don't smoke? Because it's been so long since I wanted to eat things. I don't even want to eat when I have the munchies anymore. And it's not that I'm really losing weight either. I just don't want food. It's not that I find it disgusting per se. It's not because it's killed animals. It's nothing like that. It's not because I think it's evil to eat. I just don't think, I don't want to eat. I don't want to have to eat. I want to eat good things. I don't want to eat to eat. And well, how am I gonna how am I gonna be able to make sure I open my mind to every possibility while still keeping this body alive? Because I feel kind of trapped at the moment, because I don't think I'm gonna eat enough for this body to stay alive if I don't smoke anymore. And it's been like this for a long time. I went without smoking for like a few months, and that was also when I had my, what I suppose is when I came to this universe, because of a very energizing experience that came out of nowhere. And well, the thing is, I remember very well. Well, not only did I have problems eating, I had it for a long time, but it seems that, I don't know, I switched to sleeping pills instead of weed to make me go sleep, and that made me want to eat too. And sleeping pills, they don't give you the munchies. I'm wondering if it's there to make you, it's supposed to give you a connection to this body, I guess. All drugs are created to give you a connection to this body. And the reason it works in the beginning is because we're just so closed that it's a bigger opening than what it would be without it. But I'm not sure, and I don't know how I can combine the two with making sure I eat enough and leaving my mind open, not putting it behind walls, I guess, because I don't think I can come up with anything more. Well, I don't think I can do anything when I'm on it. I don't, but I don't know. I haven't thought this through yet. I was just thinking about it last night, and I'm really wondering how to get out of it, because I just don't eat, and it's been for so long. Even when I wanted to live, I didn't want to eat. And well, want to live is wrong, because I can't die. Even when I wanted to be in this body, when I felt like I have to plan for the future and shit, I still didn't eat. And that creates questions, because if I want this body to continue, then why don't I want to eat? Why do I feel like I get nauseous from food? and it's an issue. It's a real issue. I could ask, have you guys been really into chocolate? I've been really into chocolate since Christmas, and I wasn't into chocolate before. Not well, I always liked chocolate, but I wasn't really into chocolate the way I am now. It might be a clue to something, I don't know. I'm just really into chocolate I really want it. And again, I've never really wanted chocolate that much. Just little chocolate bar like this big, just something. I was more of a dinner guy, but now I don't really want the food. But chocolate is fine, I guess, and it could be a clue. And it could be nothing. It could be just that I'm bored of all the food. Who knows? But it's important to consider everything. You can't just, well, you can't just take some things and then ignore all the others, because that's not how things work. Everything is linked together somehow. There is always greater meaning to things, I guess. No, that's the wrong word, not meaning. There's greater understanding for everything. And we have created everything on this earth, in this universe. We went together and accepted that this universe is real, and we can create our own. But as long as we're in this universe, then everyone follows the same rules in this universe, because we created it together, and we have made it the way we want it to be, and we know everything about it. We created it, and I think everything could be important because we all know it already, and that's why it's important. Simply because we already know it, not because it has any real meaning below anything. I don't really think a lot of things have true meaning, because that wouldn't really make sense for us. Everything doesn't need to have meaning. This is meaningless. That's the whole thing. That's the whole point of being here, that it's not meaningful. It's just for entertainment. And I don't know. And I'm starting to talk about things I was not planning to again, every single time. Can't really make a video that's about what I think it's about, and it's annoying me. It's really annoying me. Why can't I just talk about the one thing I wanted to talk about and end it? I never can. I hope you guys can give me some more insight into the drugs thing, because I'm really wondering if, first off, if it's helping, and secondly, at what point it stops helping. And also, should I care? Because as long as I like it, should I care at all? Because in the end, that's what it's all about. Do I want to do it, or do I not want to do it? Well, that's what it's supposed to be about. Uh, Considering uh, where we are, um, it's more about doing the best with what we can. But in reality, in the real reality, we should not care. There's no meaning behind things. We just do things because we're bored. And I feel like that's why I like cartoons better than real movies, because that's the kind of universe I would create. Why would I create a universe where we're so fragile and where things hurt for a long time and everything? Why wouldn't I create a universe where things were far more interesting? There's no reason I can't. So why would I create a universe where I'm so utterly limited? The life force can go into anything. Like, I was watching Rick and Morty last night, and it, well, to those of you who have seen Rick and Morty, there's like a theory that Rick knows he's a cartoon, and that he knows he's created that way. But what if we take it one step further? What if Rick doesn't just know he's a cartoon, but Rick knows he's an ISBY? He decided the Rick and Morty universe. It was like, yeah, I want to go there. And he did. And he knows, well, I don't know who the Rick is, so it's just going to be a he. He knows that we watch him. He knows that we make a TV show about it. And it's not just that he knows that that world, of course he can't die, of course nothing can happen to him because it's his universe, he created it. And he also knows that it's a TV show because he knows everything. He knows that this idea is used in this universe, and it's basically, well, it's probably one of the creators who remember it, I guess. And I don't know. I hadn't really finished that thought. I was just, well, what if he doesn't know he's in a cartoon? What if he knows that he's an infinite being, and that's why he's doing what he's doing? He knows that nothing else except him in that reality is real, because he just created everything to entertain himself. And that's why he doesn't really care about things. That's why he's just running around and letting things die and causing chaos and destruction because he created it. Why not? And, well, I don't know. I just feel like you get a far better picture of the I don't want to use the word soul, so the ISBY in a cartoon than you get in real movies. They feel like far more sincere personalities, I guess. Like, it takes, I don't know, they're less afraid of things because, well, a cartoon knows it can't die. And that's why I feel it's freer somehow. Because, well, we have to imagine here that we can literally create all the cartoon worlds, all the movie worlds, everything. It has either been, we have either done it before, or we can simply create it. So, for instance, if someone else comes up with a fictional world that is not, that has never been a memory. Now, I don't know how that could be at this point, but let's say someone did. Let's say we here on Earth did, and much of our TV and things are actually, we actually came up with it. Then we could simply make it, and it would be real. And the characters we see there would, at one point in time, actually be us, and it will be real people doing what is being done there. And I don't know. I don't know why I feel like cartoons show people better than real movies do, but I feel like they do. I feel like a cartoon character is a better representation of what we are than a body is. There's something so finite about a body, but there's something very infinite about a cartoon character in its nature of being. Just, well, it's simply because it doesn't, well, you can create cartoon characters that follow our laws, of course, but that has never really seemed like the point of cartoons to me. It's always been about doing things we can't do, and there's always a certainty of survival that seems natural, I guess. It seems right that we would put ourselves in all the cartoon situations, because we would simply, we would feel very, well, we would feel pain in there, but we wouldn't feel, well, you've seen cartoons, there, you don't feel pain that bad, I guess, and it's always over very quickly, and it feels more natural to me, I guess. That's, if I had to choose, that's the kind of world I would live in. Or I could do really crazy shit. I don't understand why I would limit myself to a thoroughly non-crazy world where everything I do, a small injury, can keep with me forever. That, why would I make myself do that? It's boring. And it limits what I can do so severely. If I was a cartoon character and I could be, say I was Ash Ketchum, and Pokemon attacks meant nothing to me, basically indestructible, I could do a lot of bullshit. I could have a lot of fun. But I can't do that with this body, because, well, I would burn up, and it would be, or I would die from electroshock and whatever. He would die a lot of ways. We just can't really take any damage whatsoever. And I feel the reason I'm just so certain that this is not some kind of free choice, that, well, what people talk about, that we choose the different lives, all of that, I don't believe it, because there is just no way I would choose this exceedingly, if I could choose in any way, there's just no way I would choose being here. If I could choose anything, why would I choose to be here? Just look through your imagination. Think of all the dreams you've had that have been in far more interesting settings than this. Far more interesting settings. And I wouldn't choose this boring setting if I could choose. So either this is all bullshit and we are simply human beings who die and then we die, or we're prisoners. Because if I am an immortal being, then I did not choose to be here. It goes against everything in my nature to be in this place. It absolutely does. I don't find anything interesting with it. It's not advanced enough to be cool, I guess, to be infinite possibilities kind of thing. And the warfare is not really that, it's not interesting. I like old-fashioned warfare, like tight lines and all of that, but warfare today is not, there's just too much destruction and too little real finesse about it. When you could just basically blow up everything, and that's not fun. You could of course do that with alien technology too, but then you fight in another setting. You fight in space where if you miss, you don't destroy everything. It makes it a competition again. It doesn't just make it destruction. I don't know. I truly don't think if I had any choice in the matter whatsoever that I would choose to be here. I don't see why I would. There's absolutely no reason for it whatsoever. Well, at one point we will see. One point we will see whether all I'm thinking about, all I'm talking about is bullshit, or whether it's actually true. We will see. Maybe someone manages to come with proof before I can. That would help a lot actually, because then I would have proof. It would be so easy to accept when I had proof. But I don't, and I'm not sure how to get it. But maybe someone manages to do it. Maybe someone has been doing this for a lot longer than me and simply lacked some of the required information. I don't know. Hopefully, I have to say hopefully it's all true, because well, it's a bit more fun to think you are infinite than to think you are nothing. And it kind of feels more natural, I guess, to think about, especially with all now basically science we have seen, where DNA literally gives life to things around it. All that would make perfect sense if DNA is basically just, it's our force, and that's what gives things life. And it would make sense then, I guess. But I can't prove anything, and I just know that if I break free, I'm not gonna come back here. at all. I'm gonna do something far more interesting. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna visit all the universes and all the books I've been interested in, just because I can. I'll see what happens if I change them the way I want to. I'll see what happens with the story. It will be interesting. Will give me a chance to, well, I don't know. I think it will be interesting to do, and I hope I can do it. I want to punch Harry Potter in the face, and I want to just fly the eagle to Mordor. I just want to see what happens. It could be interesting. Who knows? Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe that universe falls to evil if I do so. And that would be interesting too, because it would be a fictional universe that I created, and it could just restart that bitch if I did anything wrong. I don't know. I can't accept it's true yet, but I'm really hoping it's true. I'm really hoping I can do all those things. All the things I've wanted to do all my life. All the things I've wanted to do that doesn't involve being here on this place in this exceedingly boring universe where nothing exciting really exists. Well, maybe it exists. Maybe there's a lot of interesting alien shit, and we have just not been told yet. That's a possibility. It's a possibility, and this could get interesting. But until it gets interesting, I'm just gonna assume that I had no choice in being here, because I would never put myself in a place that's this boring. It just feels wrong to be in a place that's this mind-numbingly boring, where everything is designed for you to be so tired. You're never thinking, and that feels wrong to me. It's not supposed to be like that. Why should it be? Why should we have these bodies if we can have anything better? But that's kind of irrelevant. We could have made these bodies for lots of reasons. Like, they experience things, and that could be good. And as long as we know we're immortal, then we can put the body's energy level on whatever we want. So we could have a human that could skydive without parachuting, and of course we could, and we could just do that. But as long as we don't know, we can't really help the body. We can't really enhance it in any way, and then it's boring. It's just so boring. I really, really, really hope what I'm talking about is the truth, because I'm so bored of being bored, and I can't really find anything interesting to do here. I know every kind of information is on the internet, but it just doesn't really seem that interesting to me. It's just useful and useless information. It's not fun. It's not why I'm here. Information is something I've always had. That's not what I'm supposed to be here for. I'm supposed to be here to have fun for some reason, or to experience something that would be intense, because fun is not always the right word. There is some truth to the yin and yang kind of thing. There has to be good to be evil and there has to be evil to be good. I don't want to talk about it in that sense with evil and good. I want to think of it more as in pleasant and non-pleasant situations. Because let's assume for a moment that we all just chose to be here and this is not a person or anything. And now we could do that and then just limit us to, learn things, live, I guess, to experience new things. We could have just done that, but I can't shake the feeling that I would not have created this kind of place. I just wouldn't. Why would I create this kind of place where I don't feel like I fit in, I guess. I don't know. Gets too long again. What the fuck am I doing?